So I recently purchased a new rifle from PSA, Palmetto State Armory. They're not a very well-known armory or rifle manufacturer, but I decided to try them on a friend had steered me towards them. I was looking for an AR10, something that was, actually affordable, other than, what you see out there in the marketplace. It's kind of an interesting online store, I should say. You buy the uppers and the lowers separate. I bought a standard Gen 2 lower, and the upper I purchased a 10-to-1 turn, 20-inch barrel, stainless steel, floating barrel upper. There's no sights on it. I purchased an optic to put on it, and that's what I'm going to be shooting today. So I guess we'll see how it goes. So this is the rifle. It's pretty basic. Has a real nice look to it. The feel's good. Has a nice weight, empty and full. I'm shooting 308. I decided to go with the 308 rather than the 7.62, mainly for the price. I found that it's easier for me to purchase the 308 caliber a little bit cheaper than the 7.62. The optics that are on there is a standard Hawk, which I like because you have several adjustments, not just for your elevation and your windage, but just for your distance. You can dial it right in to just about any distance up to about 500 yards, which I really like, and I'm used to shooting that distance. Down here in Central Texas, I really don't shoot that far, but if I go somewhere in the States, up north, Colorado or Montana, and I would want to take this rifle with me, I'd want to have an optic on it that I was able to use at a much further distance. So here's my first shot, a little high and to the left. My next two shots, after the windage and level adjustment, are basically towards the center of the target. This is at 50 yards. I'm going to back up to 100 yards and we'll see what we have then. I may have to adjust the windage and the level again, but we'll take a look at it and we'll adjust it as need be. Alright, so I left my windage where it was. I brought my level up 3 clicks just to get my height adjustment for the 100 yards. We'll see where that brings us in. Like I said, I may have to make another windage adjustment, but one great thing about these Hawk optics is that even at 100 yards, I can zoom right in to see where my bullets have landed. So let's see what happens. So I have to say, of all the AR10s that I've shot, this is right up there with the best of them. The action's really good. It does have a little heavy of a trigger. If I were to do this again, I would probably get something with an upgraded trigger to put in here. The pull's a little heavy, but not that you can't get used to it, but I'm just used to a lighter trigger. For shooting offhand, it looks like I did pretty well at 100 yards, especially in a 5 to 7 mile an hour wind. I only made one adjustment. I just came up 3 clicks, and for 100 yards, that's not much at all. A 308's a pretty heavy bullet. So I recovered all my brass, and I'm gonna head down to the target and we'll see what we have. So offhand at 100 yards, it looks like I really had one high and, you know, one to the right, which could have been erroneous. You know, I could have had extra wind at that point, but, you know, for the most part, you know, all the bullets flew downrange and right into the target, and you know, I'm pretty happy with that offhand. I guess the next thing for me to do is to build a rifle rest or a rifle bench so that I can get something that's a little bit more accurate. Maybe a couple sandbags, and you know, we'll just go from there. All right, thanks.